live from Taurus Tarot, and we're here to find out if you should reach out. Hey, hello, it's Taurus Tarot and House. So we're gonna find out basically. Let me shuffle the cards up a little bit. We're gonna find out if you should reach out to the person that you're thinking of. All right. This is that reading for you. If you're wondering if you should reach out. Hey, Yenny. Sorry for the dark. I didn't feel like having the light on. I didn't. I was like, I'm just tired. Sometimes I like to sit in the dark. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna have a dark reading. It kind of sets the mood in a sense, if you ask me. I just left enough light open, the lights up, that way you could see something. So, all right. So, what would happen if Aries reached out to this person? First card is how the person would respond. Second card is where it would head to. Hey, hello. Taurus Tarot in the house. Why am I singing my own theme song? It's stuck in my freaking head now. Because I've been singing it for so long that I'm starting to say it. Even when I'm off camera, I'll be like, hello, it's Taurus Tarot. It's crazy. So how they'd respond, there's no point in reaching out to this person, Aries, because they'd still be closed off to you, or they'd give you the cold shoulder in a sense, all right? I don't even see it going anywhere, because this may have been a situation where this person was the in and out type, or there was a lot of in and out behavior between you two, and it wasn't consistent from the get-go, and it's still going to be inconsistent. And how they'd respond to you is sort of closed off. I don't even think they'd respond, and if they did, it wouldn't be a response you would like. It would be a very closed off, half-assed response, and that's what it's telling me, Aries. So in my opinion, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but in my opinion, I would say that's definitely a no-go, all right? Somebody at the Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, got Knight of Wands reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed. And a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, all right? So be aware of that. I don't even see it going anywhere, all right, if you were to reach out. All right, Taurus, what would happen if Taurus reached out? What would happen if Taurus reached out? What would happen if Taurus reached out? Hey, y'all. What would happen if Taurus reached out? What would happen if Taurus, the bull, reached out? Two more shuffles. I'm good. How about you? Okay. If you reached out, this person has had a lot of bad memories with, like, this person thinks of you in a very, very negative light, Taurus. They don't have the most positive thoughts about you. So if you were to reach out, it's possible you would get a response, because I'm seeing, in a sense, this person still wants to work on this. But my only issue is they're very defensive right now. They'd be very guarded if you reached out. Not necessarily going to open up to you entirely, but I feel like they would reach back out to you, or they would respond in a sense. And I honestly see that you two, if you reached out, it would start off kind of rocky at first. You'd get a response, but this person would have their guard up heavily towards you. All right, they'd be heavily guarded towards you. But I do see them eventually putting the work into this, and where it would lead to is the Ten of Pentacles. So it may lead to a committed situation, and I feel like the work would be put in, all right? But keep in mind, there was a lot of negative memories you had with this person, or they had with you, and that would block them from entirely opening up to you at first, all right? Is what it's telling me. There's something that they have a lot of negative memories with you, or a lot of bad, not so good memories with you. But don't be swayed by that, because I see that they would eventually put the work in, and it could lead to something strong, stable, committed, all right? Is what it's telling me. Fire, earth, or water sign for some of you, all right? Some of you air too, but what about Gemini? What would happen if Gemini reached out? 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 This person, please. What would happen if Gemini reached out? But yes, I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays. It's actually my favorite holiday. Let's see. Oh yeah. If you reached out, they can't. This person hasn't completely walked away from you either, Gemini. So that may be why you feel the pull to reach out, if you want to reach out, of course. But there's still that instability. There's this underlying issue with instability between you two, like you two not being able to see eye to eye, or issue with seeing eye to eye. But they haven't completely walked away from you either. They have clinged to you, or are still clinging to you. Fire sign, water sign. If you reached out, I do see I do feel like you would get a response, but you would notice the instability right away, the inconsistencies, so on and so forth, or vice versa. That's how you'd start acting. It could go either way. But with the Wheel of Fortune, you would eventually come to reality that the situation isn't meant for you, Gemini, or this person isn't meant for you, or vice versa. All right, is what it's telling me. I do see you would get a response, but it's still unstable. It's still, not the most stable situation for you to be in. But I do see a response, like I said, but eventually you'd come to your senses that, or you would come to your senses that the situation is still not going anywhere. All right, is what it's telling me. What about Cancer? What would happen if Cancer reached out? 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 Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay. You would not get a response. Cancer, if you reached out, you would not get a response. I think it's an not unrequited. Okay, here's what I'm getting. So if you reached out, if you got a response, you'd still notice the stagnation, kind of like a Gemini. I kind of got the Gemini story in this one too. But basically, Page of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Cups reversed. So things will still be stagnated. All right. There may be some, Cancer, if you reached out, this person hasn't walked away from something else. For some of you, this person hasn't walked away from something else. But I feel like if you reached out, this person would still not take you seriously. It may be an unrequited love situation for some of you. But for some of you, this person is fronting like they don't give a damn, but they do. Like they have emotion for you on some level. Or I got a lot of different scenarios with the Cancers. It would get to a point where the lies, the deception, the untruthful communication would still remain. And that's the big issue. That's the overlying issue right there. Eight of Cups reversed. But I still feel like they cling to you in a sense. I'm getting some of you as unrequited love, and for some of you, it's this person's not revealing how they feel about you, or they won't reveal how they feel about you, all right? Or they don't speak to how they feel about you, all right? So be aware of that. And where it would end up, I do feel like you're still going to cling to it a bit, or they're going to cling to it, but there's an issue with truth being told, or no truth at all being told. For some of you, it's like it would go back to a point where there's still no communication between you two, or a lack of communication. I thought I was very scattered. Sorry, Cancer, but that's what I got. Leo. What would happen if Leo reached out? What would happen if Leo reached out? The zodiac sign of Leo. What if they reached out to this person? They think you're a waste of time, Leo. They think that they don't want to invest any more time into this. They feel like they've wasted enough time as it is, all right? And I don't think they want to grow with you. They don't want to expand with you. I think they're ready to move on and kind of keep things close to their chest and kind of move on, all right? Money, they also are focused on their money, saving money. They could be having issues with money, but I feel like also, see, I'm getting a wishy-washy sense with this individual. Somebody it's an air sign, could be earth too, all right? But I feel like they're just so focused on work, all right? They're focused on their work, their career, money, and they're putting a big focus on that. But I don't feel like they want to put any more time into this, or they feel like it's a waste of time, is what I get. And they feel like the situation is just a big burden to their life that they don't want. All right, is what it's giving me, the indication of, I'm sorry, that's what it's coming out as. All right, I would say it's not even worth reaching out, honestly. All right, Virgo, what would happen if Virgo reached out? Sammy Khan, where have you been anyways? I haven't seen you in my chat for a while. Where have you been? All right, here we go. Virgo. Virgo, if you reached out, I do feel like there would be a response. It would be a happy, it'd feel like a happy reunion, or it'd be a lot of happy emotions if you reached out. I think they'd be happy if you reached out. My only issue is, yeah, they would come back to you, or they would make a return to you, or you may return to them. But someone's still a player. Somebody that's an Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Like, it would be a happy situation at first. Like, it would be a reunion, a feeling of celebration in a sense. But how it would end up is that someone still keeps things to themselves, very player-like, very inconsistent. I do see that they would respond, but be aware of that. Whether you're still up to your player ways or they are, or their inconsistent ways, be aware of that. So it's like it starts off happy, but it ends up right back to square one, is what I got from that. All right, Libra. What would happen if Libra reached out? Libra, what would happen if Libra? What about Libra? What would happen if Libra reached out? Libra. Sorry, I really suck. Libra. All right. Yeah, if you reached out, I do see that for some of you, I do see a response. Or there would be a response. But there may be another person in the equation still, or there's still 3 people in this equation still. What I'm getting, there would be a response, but it would be, I feel like eventually where it would end up is that they just start avoiding you again, or you'd start avoiding them. There's this energy of avoidance that would get to a point of where they'd start avoiding you again because they'd get right back into their head. All right? Or they'd really go within and really think about the situation, kind of overthink it really in their head. All right? I don't feel like a lot will be expressed, but I do see a response. But it just gets to a point where you start avoiding them, or they just start avoiding you again. All right, it's like it's energy of someone. Either you know this is a disaster, or they know it's a disaster. Like it's a disaster that someone's going to try to avoid eventually. All right. Hey, yo, I'm gonna have to do a part 2. All right, I gotta go run to the store real quick. I have got to get me some type of drink or something, not an alcohol drink, like a coffee drink or something. I'll be right back. I'm gonna do part 2 tonight. All right, just give me a second. I'll be right back. We stopped at Libra, and we're gonna, or what was that we did? Wait. Who was that we just did? Okay, give me like 15, 20 minutes, all right? 15, 20, 30, 25, 30 minutes.